Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, Treasure Map vs Spandem for the Super Evolution of Arlong is upon us as of the 17th of July, and in today's video, we're going to be doing some buildable or some more accessible teams for you guys that don't use any of the new badge, don't use the Treasure Map badge, basically don't use anything that has come after the anniversary in terms of summonable units that actually is. But there was a massive change this particular treasure map where the boosted list just disappeared. I don't know what they were thinking and why they were thinking it, but basically, obviously. But with treasure map, we normally have a larger number of boosted characters, but this is literally it. Like that's all you have to select from, and then you have some like treasure map units down here. But look, this is a prime example why you shouldn't skip treasure map banners all the time. Just doing like the 4 multis on part 1 sometimes can be in your best interest depending on what's going on. But hopefully you guys have been farming for the free-to-play characters like Arlong, 5+ Mihawk, 5+ Blackbeard, those types of characters, because they are going to be very, very good for taking on these particular fights. So, let's take a look at the bosses. Now remember, you don't have to use boosters to play treasure map. Obviously, it's going to help you get to the Covenant 10 million points easier. And in today's video, we are focusing on the new world, starting it off with, I don't even know this guy's names, Fukuro. I know he's a CP9 unit, but, like, I didn't know what he was from. Law and Jinbei, it's the free-to-play treasure map Jinbei, that is, get all the good stuff, and then everyone else get all the good stuff, too. On Battle 3, you get a full board Inslots, Paralysis, Special Bind, Normal Attacks only, Unfavorable Orbs, which is a little bit annoying, and then 6 turns of Resilience and full immunity on the enemy. So, if you guys have this Jinbei, he's basically just going to cover you for everything. He does Paralysis removal, he does Special Bind removal, he gives you type advantage. He's just a very, very good unit for this particular fight. As for other units, I brought Zoro for wave clearing. He's another free-to-play treasure map character. You can just bink Zoro twice and you're good to go. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. We have Sanji here just for a few more matching orbs. He also does Chain Boundary, which is a lot of fun. You could use another unit that gives you any buff. I have Nami for a conditional, as well as utilizing the Enel support for end of turn damage. Now, if you guys don't have Enel, just replace Nami with literally anyone else that can get around Resilience. There's the free-to-play Brook. You could bring him across to this team. That's going to work out fine. And then finally, we're using the free-to-play Luffy as our captain. He can actually bypass, what's it called? He can actually bypass Paralysis in his captain, but we're really only using him here just for the attack boost. Very super type. He gives you a full ball of orbs and all that fun stuff too. So, pretty easy fight against Fukuro. Next, we've got Icarus Mudge from the New Fisherman Pirates. The free-to-play treasure map Law and 5+ Mihawk are the boosted characters. Fighter, Slash, and Dream get all the good stuff. You get a full board of block orbs on the final stage, fear, special reverse, normal attacks only, damage reduction, and full immunity. With this particular team, I am using treasure map Koala as captain. The reason I'm using Koala as captain is because the combination of fear and special reverse is very annoying to deal with, and we do want to use Mihawk later, being a 1.4 times booster. So, utilizing Koala here as a captain just is great because she can get around the special reverse in her captain ability. With the rest of the team, if you just kind of build it out with Dex units, you're kind of good to go. This particular Jinbei, treasure map Jinbei, can remove damage reduction. If you guys don't have Jinbei, another character that's really, really good for this fight is anyone that removes 7 turns of damage reduction. Like, literally take your pick. You could use, like, Super Tandem Nami if you really want to. You could use Luffy and Ace for your captain. You could use Verse Ace. Like, any character that does special reverse over Koala will work fine as well. As for the wave clearers, we have Blackbeard. He's actually a wave clearing character. He does damage. He's got type advantage. He actually works out really, really nicely here. And then we've got Izo and Kiku. They can be a chain locking unit, and that way you get an attack boost with Jinbei, and then because you have Koala as a fighter, you're good to go there. To get around the block orbs, we're using Hiyori. If you want to replace Hiyori with someone else, go for gold. I'm not going to stop you, but it'll just make things a little bit easier, a little bit faster. Remember, these mini-bosses, they don't give you a lot of points. Obviously, change your ship. They don't give you a lot of points, so don't stress if you guys aren't bringing full boosted teams. But if you guys want to do it, like, look, more power to you. Next, we've got Sasaki from the Beast Pirates. Nami and Bellamere are the boosted characters. Free Spirits, Striker, and Shooter characters get all the good stuff. He's a 50-50 character, starting off at Psy and then finishing as Quick. His preemptive gives you a full board of block and unfavorable orbs, 10 turns of special bind on your crewmates, 5 turns of paralysis, normal attacks only, a bunch of hunger, 3 turns of a barrier that you have to hit with 2 tandem orbs, full immunity except paralysis, and then 5 turns of bind on your bottom row. Basically, if you have this Carrot and Nami, you're covered for pretty much everything. They will remove the bind on your bottom row. If you run 2 of them, obviously, they're going to remove special bind because with their switch, they remove it on themselves. Works out really, really nicely there. Plus, they're both an int and a dex character, which is awesome because then you have type advantage on both. So you just bring one or the other, and you are pretty much covered. I'm using Robin and Koala here to remove the barrier. They're also going to be our color affinity booster, as well as our orb booster. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. And then I literally just threw on a bunch of characters as boosters, being the Law and the Kobe Helmeppo. Kobe Helmeppo are an attack booster, so you could use that for your in characters. As for the paralysis removal, we have Corazon and Barto as supports. And then I just have Caesar here for some double wave clearing shenanigans. Moving on to Senor Pink now. Senor Pink is a prime example of running Gear 5 in Treasure Map. It's just an absolute god. They want you to use Olivier and Robin. Strength, Quick, and Side characters get all the good stuff. On stage 3, you get an attack down if you're below 2.5. There's a bunch of burn, normal attacks only, 3 turns of damage null, 6 turns of damage reduction, and full immunity. If you set your chain multiplier on the final stage, you are going to get a full board of super bomb slots, and then everything is just reduced by like 90%. You also take 200,000 damage on defeat, so a lot of annoying stuff there. But if you run double Gear 5 Luffy, you're basically fine. You could turn one of them into Gear 5, you can use the other one to die from that 200,000, then you can just revive, and you're basically good to go. With the EX Super, you just need 3 of these characters, basically Straw Hats, and you're good to rock and roll. You activate this, you bypass the damage null, you bypass the damage reduction, and it just works out hunky-dory. You're not going to get his special, but look, we don't even care because we're not utilizing it in that particular way. As for wave clearing, we have Brook. If you have to use Brook on another team, go for gold. He's literally just here for wave clearing, so feel free to moving on to the first team. If you guys are struggling with that resilience, just replace, I don't know, Zoro over there, and then bring Zoro over here, and then don't wave clear there. I don't know, do whatever you want to do there. Next, we've got Usopp as a chain boosting unit. Remember, you have to get above 2.5 and you can't use a chain boundary. Plus, he's 3 turns if you have him level limit break 5. So, make sure to get your copies if you're an old player. If you're a new player, you should have him maxed out just from starting the game. Next, we've got Frankie and Zoro. Frankie, just like Usopp, go max him out in the PKA shop. You have a color affinity booster here. You can use the support of Sober Mask for a 1.3 times stack boost. You could also use the support of Roger and Odin on Zoro for a bigger attack boost for your slashes, but look, that's much of a muchness. Then we've got Zoro here for our orb booster unit, so make sure to go max him out too. Free-to-play character, definitely worth the level in break 5. So they're the mini-bosses, pretty straightforward, nothing too challenging there, but this is where it gets very, very finicky. Taking on Spandem with the boosted list, this is very, very challenging. And look, I'm going to be utilizing a Frankie friend captain in today's video. If you guys want more teams that don't use a Frankie as a friend captain, let me know in the comment section below, and we might put together something over the next day or two, provided I have time. But obviously, the boosted characters, they are recommended. And then we have the free-to-play Arlong, and I do like that they do this. The free-to-play Arlong being good for the fight is great, because he's always a 1.4 times booster. Dex, Quick, and in characters get all the good stuff, and on turn 2, you have to deal with attack down, stun, normal attacks only, damage reduction, and a full immunity, except for defense down. So you can set defense low, which is really, really nice. On the final stage, you get full water paralysis orbs. Top row gets 6 turns of special reverse, and then your crewmates do get 2 turns of special reverse, which is a bit annoying. Normal attacks only, threshold, full immunity, and then if you attack with a chain multiplier that's less than 3, you get a 99% attack down. If you use any chain additions for 1 turn, you're going to lose all your beneficial effects, and then get special minded for 10 turns. So very annoying stuff there. Now, as mentioned, we are going to use a Frankie friend captain, and he's basically going to help us out with this damage threshold. He's basically going to take care of 6 turns of it, thanks to his super class, as well as his special taking away 6 turns. What you will need, though, is another way to get around threshold. Now, I didn't actually put on the threshold support that I was thinking of, purely because I wanted to have a chat about some options for you guys here. So, you have the option of support rare recruit Vivi. That's definitely like the easiest one that you could chuck on to your Nami and Karina. But you do have some other options over here with Law, being the tap timing Beppo, as well as Otoko, if you have Otoko from the support rare recruit banner as well. But you also have this particular Beppo, who, when you tap with the perfect, can actually remove 1 turn of threshold. Now, Frankie doesn't boost the bottom 2 units on this team, nor does Frankie boost Nami and Karina, but look, I've been screaming at you guys to summon for Nami Karina forever, so I don't feel bad about utilizing her in this video. Another good option for threshold removal is this particular Zoro that can... Oh, no, where is he? Oh. Why is he not here? I was looking at the dot. Oh, I thought he goes on... Have I just not maxed out his support? Surely. Huh. Huh. Okay. I thought he goes on, Mihawk. Never mind then. Okay, well, you kind of only have Vivi then, I guess. That kind of sucks, but, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, damn, that actually sucks. I actually thought the Zoro goes on Mihawk. Well, look, here we are. Let's rock it. Let's roll it. So, as for the actual quest, on turn 2, we're going to use the Nami Karina special to get around the attack down. Utilizing Karina is going to do that. You get 2 turns of cooldowns, which is really, really nice. And then basically utilizing Arlong to get around stun, as well as Mihawk to get around the damage reduction. Once you've done that, you can move on to the final stage. And with this final stage, you get the special reverse on your sailors, but then you get the massive special reverse on your captains. Frankie, with his super class, is going to give himself 10 turns of cooldown, which is great, because then you can utilize his special, and that's going to give you 1 turn of cooldown. You will still need 1 more turn of cooldown on Luffy, so you can bring the Misdom support, you can bring the Brûlé support, you can utilize the... There is another support, but I'm blanking on it. There's another support that Luffy can use for cooldowns. The Mr. 3 support, that'll also work, so... you have options there for Luffy, but Luffy's going to remove the paralysis, and that will just rotate your paralysis orbs, plus give you type advantage further, because, you know, Frankie already does that. So, a little bit annoying that we couldn't really find another character for that. If you guys have the 6+ Luffy, you can definitely run the 6+ Luffy. It's going to work better than this Luffy here, and then you can utilize some other support, like, I think there's an Usopp, because you can use Vivi over on Luffy as well, but I'm pretty sure there's an Usopp that gives you 1 turn of paralysis removal. Can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but look, the on-turn Luffy's great here. I do understand he's more of a new unit, but again, if you guys don't have on-turn Luffy, then you can just replace him with any other paralysis remover that ideally is a Straw Hat as well. We've got Wano Law here. He's going to be our Orb Booster, Chain Boundary, and all that fun stuff, and then you could probably just chuck on a support, like the Roger and Odin support for an attack boosting option, if you guys are looking for just some more damage. Remember, Roger and Odin they're going to buff slashes, which your 2 middle characters are as well. So you have some fun options there as well. You could run a chain boosting support. That'll also work, but I think Arlong has a bit of a carryover effect. He removes the stun, which is awesome. And this team, it's not going to work forever, but it should definitely get you guys to around the 10 mil mark, or it's going to get you somewhere close. If it doesn't, look, like I said, this treasure map sucks, man. And have a shop around for the community, because I'm sure there'll probably be something else out there that helps out. Finally, for the Arlong fight, once again, we're using Nami Karina, because again, Nami Karina for these buildable teams are, like, they're just so good. They cover you for so much, and even if they're not boosted, they're always boosted because they're a treasure map legend. Against Arlong, they want you to use the Nami batch, but they also want you to use Frankie, Tom, and Iceberg. On Battle 1, shoot a Cerebral Powerhouse, get all the good stuff, and on turn 2, you get Block Orbs, normal attacks only, burn, 4 turns of defense up, and then full immunity except for paralysis. Now, that's actually really annoying, because if you could just set defense to 0, Arlong would work a lot nicer here too. At the final stage, Arlong is half Dex, half Quick. He has 6 turns of paralysis on your right-hand side, 6 turns of Special Mind on your left, blows away your bottom row, normal attacks only, damage reduction, and then a status immunity except for paralysis. If you remove the damage reduction, he just puts back up the damage reduction, which is so annoying. But he does it again for 6 turns, and it only happens 1 time. So, we are using Nami Karina once again. Nami Karina are really, really good because they can not only remove paralysis, but they can remove damage reduction. And you want to use the Nami variation of the special here. But on turn 2, we're going to use Arlong once again. Arlong, unfortunately, is... Actually, no, we're not going to use Arlong. We're going to use Luffy to remove the burn. I was going to use Arlong, but you can't set defense to 0, which kind of sucks. So we're going to use Luffy to get around the burn, and he also gives your top row block orbs and your bottom row block orbs as well. So probably, super rainbow orbs. So you probably want to do something like that. Now remember, Frankie makes your characters immune to blow away. To get around the defense up, I'm using the Brook support on Nami Karina, and then if you tap with any character that has Barrier Pen, like your friend Captain Frankie, you're going to remove another 2 turns of defense up. So that's how we're getting around the defense up there. However, you can use Ace, I believe. There's a support rare recruit Ace here that also does 2 turns of defense up removal. I'm pretty sure there's a Hyoto Guru as well. This is why supports are so damn vital, man. There's the Sabo, but like we can't really do much there. Yeah, I think Ace is probably the only shout. So, utilizing Luffy's going to get around the burn. Remember, if you just tap with those block orbs, you're going to get rid of them. So that's going to be nice and fun. And then we can move on to this nasty stage here. Now remember, you need to remove the damage reduction first. So that way Arlong puts up the damage reduction again. So if you utilize Nami Karina, you're going to remove the paralysis. And you're going to remove the damage reduction. There, the left-hand column is going to get special binded, which is very, very annoying. So you want to utilize Frankie on turn 2 as well. And activate his super class to carry into the final stage 2. Everything on the left-hand side has to be used before moving into the final stage. So make sure you guys are doing that. And make sure you have your Mihawk on the right-hand side. That is very, very important as well. So Frankie's going to give you all the carryover effects. You can extend stuff. And then on the final stage, you can use Law for a chain boundary as well as an orb buff. And then you can use Mihawk to remove the damage reduction once it gets put back up. So look, the intrusion wasn't too challenging. Honestly, you don't even need Arlong. Like, Arlong just doesn't do anything. Like I said, the intrusion wasn't too challenging. However, this particular fight here against Spandem definitely is. And remember, if you guys do need replacements, don't ever hesitate to use non-boosted units. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, but the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.